Chargers at Dolphins, and there are some great late window games this week. But this one, I think it's close to taking the cake. I think the game after I'm picking is the game that takes the cake, but gosh, this is going to be a good game. We get to see Justin Herbert go against Tua for the first time, and let me just say, I feel like that matchup is going to be legend. Wait for it. Legendary. The Chargers, Herbert's a really, really good quarterback. Like, they got a guy there. And honestly, I'm looking at these teams, and I'm like, oh, maybe the Bengals missed on Herbert, and I'm like, wait, no, Burrow's a legit legend. And then I was like, before Tua started, even the week after Tua started, I'm like, maybe they should have taken Herbert. And then I watched Tua last week. I'm like, I take it back. Tua is just as good, if not better. So you have legitimate three guys. I think all three guys will make the playoffs next year, by the way. I think Tua and the Dolphins still have a chance to make the playoffs this year. I think it's more likely than not at this point. The Dolphins are a fantastic football team. Tua will play, I think, his second ever Miami home game. I love Tua Tagovailoa and this Dolphins team. But, I got to say this real quick. I don't know if a lot of people know this. This is actually really interesting. So, if you didn't know, heading into this year, the Dolphins had a pretty good receiving core. Like, let me list some of the receivers. You had Devontae Parker. You have Albert Wilson. You have, Albert Wilson. You have Allen Hurns and Preston Williams. Like, those are four solid guys right there. I think Allen Hurns and Albert Wilson both opted out. So that leaves you with Devontae Parker and... Dang it. Can't believe I've forgotten his name already. I said it 5 seconds ago. Preston Williams. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Preston Williams. But he went down last week. Like, Preston Williams went down last week with an injury after celebrating. He's on injury reserve right now, which means normally this is like before the year they were looking at like even if that happens, like you'd have Devontae Parker, Lynn Bowden Jr., who they traded for from the Raiders, a very explosive playmaker out of Kentucky, and you have Isaiah Ford. Like, we're not bad there. Like that will work. But wait, they traded away Isaiah Ford. And wait, Lynn Bowden Jr. is also up for this game. So who exactly are their starting wide receivers? Well, right now, they have 3 wide receivers on their entire roster. They will probably activate one tonight. But right now, there's 3. Depends on what you count. So, let me explain what I meant to that. So everyone knows Devontae Parker. He's a great receiver for the Dolphins. And then most people know Jakeem Grant. Jakeem Grant is a fantastic big play threat. He's so fast. So what I'm saying is there might be 3 or 4. It depends on if you count Malcolm Perry as a running back or a wide receiver. Now, if you count him as a running back, we're looking at 6 running backs on the roster this week after. So it's been a real question mark. Who replaces Myles Gaskins at running back? It will likely be Matt Breida this week if he can play. Then he's still questionable for heading into this game. So if Matt Breida cannot play, these are still the running backs on the roster. So we're looking at, if Matt Breida can't play, you have Patrick Laird, okay? Jordan Howard, Malcolm Perry. I just told you about him, so if you count him as a running back or not. You have Jordan Howard, and you have that Salvon Ahmed guy out of Washington. So the real question is who's going to get the bulk of the carries. Now, my opinion, here's what you should do if you're the Dolphins, okay? You move Malcolm Perry up to wide receiver because he's a big play threat, and I think I'd be excited to see what he can do. And I think you start running. If Matt Breida is available, obviously he becomes your number 1 back. But if not, I think of those backs left, I think, in my opinion, Laird is the best. I don't know. It's definitely a toss-up, but I think Laird, in my opinion, Laird is the best. He should get the most carries. Jordan Howard's a great short goal line option. So, oh, by the way, also I forgot to mention the running back room. If we're going to add another running back into the mix, they traded for DeAndre Washington from the Chiefs. That's right now. They have 6 active running backs if Matt Breida is healthy. And once Myles Gaskins gets back, 7. You need to cut that down a little bit, Dolphins. Like, 7 is too many running backs. Too many running backs. You can't have that many. Like, most teams have 2 or 3. You can't have 7. That's not allowed. But, anyways, I wanted to go on that little rant. But I think that's what you should do if you're the Dolphins. Get Malcolm Perry involved. Plus, if you really want to win this game and you're the Dolphins, obviously, by the way, Kyle Van Noy returning for the Dolphins is a huge, huge, huge thing for them. But what I'm most excited about is, obviously, Devontae Parker and Jakeem Grant are going to be your big play threats. I'm most excited watching this game to see who they use at running back, because I'm really interested about who they do if Matt Breida is not back. Do they bring in DeAndre Washington, see what he can do? Do they go more with Laird, Howard, Salvin Ahmed guy? I'm kind of excited to see what they do there. But, also, if you want to win if you're the Dolphins, you have to throw it to your tight ends. Adam Shaheen, Durham Smythe, and my favorite of the 3, Mike Gesicki. All those guys are solid playmakers for you. You have to throw it to them. Like, that's a must. A must for Tua if you want to win this game. Like, your tight ends are explosive. Throw the ball to them, Tua.